Yeah. We say the quiet parts loud, sip the truth, spit it out. If it's on your mind, it's allowed. If it's in your gut, say it now, but keep it classy. No script, just heat, just chatter. Big laughs, real tears, real patterns. If it's messy, keep it classy, that's the standard. If it's sacred, it still gets answered. Unfiltered and unbothered, we don't ask, we don't falter. Sit down, lean in, why bother to pretend? Unfiltered and unbothered, this is Bone Talk, go harder. If you press, then press play, let it begin, yeah.
Welcome to Unfiltered and Unbothered, the podcast where nothing is off limits and opinions come with zero filters. We're three friends who decided our group chats were way too entertaining to keep private, so now we're bringing those conversations straight to you. From relationships and life drama to hot takes, trending topics, and the random things we overthink at 2 a.m., we're talking about it all. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and get ready for real conversations, real opinions, and absolutely no pretending. This is Unfiltered and Unbothered.
Welcome to the Get to Know You episode of Unfiltered and Unbothered. I'm Lyndsay. I'm one of the hosts of the podcast and the founder of our friend group. With me, I have two of my fabulous friends, Lace and Gift. Before you get to meet all three of us and learn a little bit more, Gift is going to come and give us more information about what to expect on our podcast journey. Gift?
Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. So each episode will start with sort of an overview of what we're going to be discussing during that episode. Since we have an education background, we're going to call this our lesson plan.
Today is a behind-the-scenes day, if you will. We're going to learn who we are, how we met, how this podcast was created, and what our hopes and plans for it are. So I'll get started. I am Bonnie Lasik. I am a Michigander. Sometimes you might hear Gist and Kimbro refer to me as Lace, or if I'm really in the throes of it, literal Lace. I have been in the education field for over 2 decades and currently am a health and physical education teacher at, are you ready for it? The middle school level. Gist?
Hi, everyone. My name is Shana, but you'll hear Kimmie and Lace refer to me as Gist. I'm originally from South Carolina, and I spent 23 years in education. However, the last 4 years, I've been working with employee engagement and employee programming in order to make sure nonprofits are successful. Kimbro.
Last but not least, the baby of the group and the voice. My name is Lyndsay, but you will hear me referred to as Kimmie or sometimes Kimbro. I am currently a assistant principal in a junior high. This is my 4th year. I am also an Ohioan turned Virginian, which leads right into how we met. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, I am the founder of the friend group. So I like to say I brought us all together.
Yes.
So when I started out teaching, Bonnie and I worked together at the elementary level.
Hashtag
We
work
had,
life.
yes, she was my first work wife. We actually went through a conscious uncoupling. We were separated. It was a devastating time. We have since recovered, but it took a while. And I went to the high school and she went down to the itty bitties in 1st grade. And at the high school level, a few years into it, I met the meanest teacher there, you in Gist.
Not me.
Yes.
No way.
Through all of the dirty looks and daggers, she eventually became my new work wife at the high school level. And any of our kids that are listening to this, 4B, stand up, that's 4B was where it was at.
Our babies.
So exactly. Yes, they were our babies. And so that is really how we all came together because I worked with both of them at 2 different schools, but I had a birthday party and I was so lucky that all of my friends came together to the party and everyone hit it off. And now we're all friends.
Yes, yes. Stuck together ever since. Thank you for
Yes.
that,
All
Kimmie.
right.
Yes, you
So
are so welcome. I do what I can here. So Lace is going to now share how this podcast was created because believe it or not, folks, it was not my idea. Go ahead, Lace.
you wouldn't know that from that long-winded explanation that she just gave on how we met. I thought we were keeping this brief, but let me try to be
Well,
brief and explain. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. No, you done?
no, go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. You
Okay,
got
I'm
it.
going to go. All right, so how was this podcast created? Well, as I was driving to Kimmie's house to meet the beautiful Kinsley, I started thinking about back in the day when I heard Gist and Kimbro talk about the fact they were going to do this podcast. And I always was a little jealous, maybe, I don't know, but I wanted in on that. And it had been a few years since they had mentioned it. So as I'm headed to Kimmie's house, I thought, what can we do together? We love being in education. We love working with students and Gis loves her new job in the public sector. But I wanted to bring us together and I wanted a way that we could stay connected, even though we are further away from each other than when we first met. And I thought, you know what? When we get together, what do? We kind of vent, we gripe. What better way than to bring our 2 cents, our personalities to everyone. So I said to Kimmie when I got there, I said, hey, I had this idea. I'd love to you to pitch it to Gist. Tell me what you think. And she loved it and she sent it to Gist and Gist loved it. And here we are. You're welcome, by the way, everyone.
Wonderful.
We are thankful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I love how Lace not only kind of rekindled that vision that Kimbro and I had so many years ago, but also that our individual experiences and our collective interactions, we always have a way of really uplifting each other up. So one of my hopes and plans for this particular podcast is that no matter where the three of us are, we all stay connected, but we're also able to give that same support that we give to each other to you all, our listeners, whether it's been a great day, a horrendous day, or you just thinking about that one thing that just really got under your collar that day, you know that you can come to Unfiltered and Unbothered. What are your
Love
thoughts?
that. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that 100%. I think our listeners, because I know when we're doing this, they're just going to get so much out of it and they're going to laugh with us and sometimes maybe even cry with us. Who knows? But I think it's going to really have a positive impact in everybody's lives that tunes into us. Tunes into
Absolutely.
this. Yeah.
And I
What about
definitely
you,
agree with
Kimmie?
that. I think that for me, friendship is something that I take very seriously. And I always brag to people. First, I always tell people I was blessed. I taught the best students. Now I'm in charge of the best students. And I want everybody to have those same relationships and same feelings about friendships and people that I have. And so I hope that not only when you tune in, you can relate to us, but you feel like you're in our group chat. You're right here with
Yeah.
us. You're in the
Yeah.
trenches with us, and that we can be a support for you as you navigate any and all challenges of life. Because all three of us, yes, we're going to come on here and we're going to be unfiltered and unbothered, but life can be heavy and life can weigh us down. But
Absolutely.
this is an outlet for us, and we hope that it's an outlet for you. So I
Absolutely.
think that is definitely our hopes and our plans for our podcast. We hope to see you each and every week. We will have some video as well as the audio just so you can get to know us and see who we are, see the faces behind these voices, and really just learn and grow with us as we're navigating all of the tech. And we'll dive into that a little bit deeper of all our little bloopers that we've had. But
And
we'll
we've had
save
a few.
that. Yes, we will save that for our first real episode. So, with that being said, we're going to wrap this up. And we hope that you stick around and stick with us and come back next time as we will welcome you to the rant room. Until then, stay unfiltered and unbothered.